What's up guys, and welcome back to the new Oregon. If you guys haven't watched the previous video, we did a full tour of this map, and now I want to go over some sites that are on this map that have changed, and even the ones previously, and I just want to go over how we can better defend them. Obviously it's going to be a lot different now. There's only 2 real good sites on this map now, so we'll go over those ones and then we'll go over the other ones and how to defend them. I'd like to thank you guys in the comments for requesting me to do this video here. Obviously this map is pretty complex, and I actually think it's not as hard as everyone's making out to be for these kitchen sites, so hopefully I teach you guys something or get a meta going on how to defend on this new map, Oregon. Without further ado, we're going to get into our first site here, which we'll head to the basement, and then we'll work our way upstairs. So we are into the supply room and the laundry room now, and I've shot a hole on everything that we need to reinforce. So if we look at it, we got to reinforce the freezer obviously, so that is 2 right there. And then there's also the hatch, which is 3, and then we are going into the laundry storage hatch, which would make it 4. Now we want this rotation hole opened, so this is not a reinforcement, so we're still at 4. This can or may or may not be reinforced depending on if you have a mirror or not. If so, then it would be 5, but we're going to assume it's not, so we're still at 4 here. Now 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I would do 10 right here if you don't do the mirror, because you don't want them to be able to just slip through here and get out. Obviously if they broke open this, it would be easier to kill them from inside sight. So you don't have enough reinforcements to get everything. You got to choose wisely on what you get. I think the main thing with this basement is, of course, you're going to need Bandit and Cade, or Kaid, whatever you want to say. They need to reinforce this back construction wall. Freezer I wouldn't be too concerned about, because there's not much to do once you break freezer. You're going to be an A and then run into the whole defensive team, so freezer's not very useful. I think construction's the real power point on this site, and this brick wall right here might win and lose rounds, so this is the place to be. Coming day 1, you're definitely going to want to be on this place right here, right on this anchor point. The reason I say that is you have access to this door, which is the only way to get in if this is bandited and caded. So as long as you ban Thatcher, in theory, they can't get in either of these. So you have the power point with freezer and construction, and of course these back stairs. So there's not really much to this site besides that. I don't love the openness of the site, but I really do like this half of the site. It's going to be a battle for construction is what I am thinking. But you don't know until the meta actually does come out, and with that, I don't think there's much more to say about this site. Let's get into the tougher sites with kitchen, and then work our way upstairs. So meeting in kitchen, this one is probably the best out of the 2 kitchen sites, but there's still a lot of reinforcements that need to be used. And I brought castle because I think that honestly this site is one of those that kind of needs castle. The ability to block off a part of the map is so impactful, so let's just go over the main strategy here with this meeting hall and kitchen area. So once again, the shotgun holes are reinforcements, so we have 1, 2 here. You can bandit this, but there's really no point, as right above this is towards the attic, I believe, or top rear tower, so they could break this and just shoot your bandit charges. So there's no reason even to do this. If they want this wall, they're going to get this wall. So there's 2. We also need to get the hatch, obviously, to attic. So there is a total of 3 already. This one is going to be opened if they want to open. So that's my real issue with this whole design here from R6, because I don't know why they made the roof soft just to shoot down. They did the same thing over there with dining halls. We'll see later. But now moving on. I think you're going to want to open this most likely for quick rotation and flanking the rear stage, so that would be good for flanking this, even assuming that they are a smart team and get this open. Most ranked teams will get this open, so just assume that this will get opened. Next 2, we're going to have this one and this one, so that equals to 5 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These all need to be reinforced, and I brought castle once again mainly for this, because the only way to create a rotation hole here, as I'll show you guys, is usually on this side, but if this is open, they can just sit at a deep angle in garage. Well, maybe not all the way in garage, but they can sit around here and just have the angle to your rotation hole. There's no way of staying safe from that. So you could either do that, or you can keep it soft and make your rotation here, as I did. I made a narrow rotation here, and you would have to just slip through and you can get some quick peeks on them like that, or just sprint. But regardless, it's still dangerous. That's why I wish they would have moved this over a bit to make it safer for the defenders and make this site more viable. Seconds. But as this round ends,
10 seconds
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 in this room for a total of 9, and that's the main strat of it, plus castling this. And there's no way to win this round without having upper control, because this whole entire thing is breakable. So if you don't have kids control, it's basically over, and you can just call it a wrap. This is the last site I would pick on the whole map, though, or these 2 sites were the last 2. I would pick basement and top floor, just like how it was before, which kind of ruins the point of reworking the map, but whatever. And if you so choose, you can open this and just play a lot of people up here, and if they get top control, then they win the round basically, but you have a rotation, assuming they get into kitchen through dining or something. That's really all for the site that you can do, especially from a defensive standpoint. You're going to need to barricade up in dining hall and just hope for the best. The problem if you don't play people upstairs and open the hatch like this is they will run through dining, through small tower, and from up top, and you will have no control over kitchen, unless if you have rotations here, which no one is going to do in ranked. This is mostly for ranked. I am not a coach or anything, so this is ranked strats that I see happening in ranked. I've played a lot of ranks, so it's very possible that we see stuff like this go on, but I do not see rotations and widening the room to be possible. So that's all I had to say about this one, and then we're going to move to kitchen and the dining hall right there. So I'm going to switch it over to defense, and then we can explore this room, even though it's definitely the worst on the entire map. So I'm going to have to say that this should be the last choice overall, but I'll show you guys why exactly. So we have 2 reinforcements right here going into the meeting hall. Then we have 3, 4, and 5 here. So that would be 5, assuming we reinforce like how normal ranked people reinforce just the close walls to the site. So there's 5. Then we probably need to get this hatch unless if we want to do upper control again. So there is 6. Then you have 7, 8, 9, 10 right here. Assuming this is 2. I'm going to check if this is 2. I don't know if it's 2 or 3. If it's 3, then this site really is just not doable, but here it is. So there's 2 here. There's 2 here, so that's 4. This whole thing is soft, so this is the same thing as we saw on the other site. They can just shoot down, get the bandit charges if you have it, or destroy your K-traps. So that's mainly that. So they're going to get this open, most likely. Habana, Thermite, whatever it is, they'll get this open, even if they don't have Thatcher. So that's the main issue here, because that makes you need to reinforce this, or else they'll have an angle through your whole site. So it basically makes it impossible, because they are getting this regardless of what you do. Then there's this, which you could either reinforce, but how are you going to keep control of this with this this wall open into small tower? There's no way, unless if you were to rotate into this new room here, the shower room, and somehow hold this. But there's no way, because you can't reinforce these, so they can just soft breach in here, come into the doors, and then have easy access through this way. So the real problem isn't kitchen in this case, it's actually dining hall. So I just don't think it is possible for those reasons. That is why I would choose to not do the site over kitchen and meeting, and I would go basement, top floor, middle. So it should be the same as it was last time. Obviously you can go top, bottom first, whatever. You just want to get those 2 rounds win for sure, and then come here into kitchen, and I would go to the meeting hall site, into here and here if I were to do this. Now moving to kids room and the normal dorms main hall here. The only real big difference here is the way we play attic and this rotation hole that we used to have, because the window used to be right there, but now it's here, which of course creates a beautiful line of sight right to our rotation. So that is no longer a thing. Can't even play white stairs really. Well, you need someone playing white side, but it's gonna have to be downstairs, unfortunately. So this will have to be reinforced, unfortunately, or else you're just done from that way. You're gonna need these two reinforced, and you're also gonna need someone bandit tricking or K tricking or whatever. You can't get this open, or they'll just run right through into your lines of sight here, which wouldn't be the end of the world completely, but if they have this room, most likely they have masters, most likely their whole team is pushed through here into trophy room and have all control of this. So they have this whole side of the map, this whole segment of the map, and all you have is the sites, which is no bueno. So also, we need to reinforce these two into the new attic. This is very important. Either way it works. You don't want them to be able to just breach in here and then have this whole entire part of the map, because there's no way you can reinforce that as well. So right there we have 2 reinforcements. Now we have 4, 5, and that is where we're at right now. So reinforcements aren't as big as a problem on this site as they are on previous sites. So the 5 right here, that's no big of a deal. But then we move to attic, where we have to make a decision depending on our ranked category. I think higher ranks will make this a rotation here and choose to defend the attic from here and reinforce these 2. So there'll be 2 here, then 5 over there, which equals 7. So we have 3 reinforcements to go. So if we so choose, we can either reinforce this, right? Reinforce this, have a rotation hole on this side, and if they do get attic, it's not the complete end of the world, as you still have some angles to work with. But if they get this window like any smart team would, then you're kind of screwed if they do an attic push. But it's not going to be easy to get attic if you have this reinforced and have a Kate or bandits on this, as their only way in would be through this window, which is definitely not the best window to push. There's so many different ways we could hurt or kill these people from here. You can sit here behind these lines of sight. You can sit at the bottom of the attic down there. So there's no real way to stay safe here from this window if you are attacking. You can't really push this. So the only way in would be here, which you would need thermite thatcher or a combination like that. Or if it is bandit charges, you can go under and expose the bandit charges from beneath. That is for attacking. So those are the 7. I like this bomb site probably the most out of all of them. If I were to give them all a reworked, I like the basement before how it was more than it is on the rework, but it is still the first or second best. But personally, the one I like the most is this one here. I like the extension of it. And then working over here, you kind of need a rotation between the sites. But unfortunately, this right here, you can't really do that. That won't work. This is the same way. It's right to that window, so it's going to be hard to get a rotation. You're going to need a deployable shield or something and then reinforce these 2 with your extra reinforcements. That's the only way I can see this working as a reinforcement, but it's going to be super tough if there's just this one door, as you have this site to look forward to and this site to look forward to, and of course white stairs if your team has lost that as well. So it's going to be tough, but I don't think you can have a rotation hole, unfortunately, which makes this a little bit harder, as there's only one way in, one way out. But that's also why we put a rotation hole back here, so we have another way out. This one unfortunately does have the master bedroom still, and if they open that up, then you are kind of in trouble, and you still have this protection from this bunk bed that is right here. So overall, this one is one of my top sites on this map for sure. Only thing that's really changed a lot is you have to reinforce this now, which is a big deal for sure. You don't have this rotation hole, but at the same time you don't need it, as the bomb sites are in these 2 rooms. So that was my ranked, basically ranked focus review, mostly in the plat levels is what I see these strats on, plat, diamond, whatever, and the lower levels never know the metas and stuff, but this is what I see going on in the upcoming meta with the upcoming operators and such. So I believe the upstairs and the downstairs are going to be the power positions, and then your third choice, assuming that you get the 2-0 on that, would be kitchen, and you want to go meeting hall. So those are my sites. Hopefully this helps you guys on the launch of the new organ. And with that, see you guys in the next one.